How are we all doing? It's Friday. We've got to get down on Friday. Looking for the weekend. Goes on phone. Starts ignoring stream. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Zanzibar just says ellipses. Good, I assume, then. Piston. Hi, gang. Hello. It's yeah, it's Friday. I think that's all I've got, actually. That's all I've got in the tank. I don't have anything else to say. And we're gonna play some games. Thank you for the sub, Snaggletooth. Ooh, and Zanzibar, thank you so much. Quick recommendation: the third game in the AI, the Somnium Files, was announced on the Nintendo Direct. I wouldn't call them horror, but they are a mindfuck of a murder mystery. Ooh, okay, nice. Nice. I'll have a little patient as in anticipation, I see. I will have a little read up on them. Gamer Mom says, hey Ash, I've just had the joys of asking to go back to Wolves for a planet night out tomorrow. Yeah, hooray. I hope you have the best time. I hope your feet stick to the floor and that you spill. Ooh.
Ashmill1 Chaos, Ashmill1 Chaos, Ashmill1 Chaos.
Thank you for the sub, Dr. Octofish. But yeah, Gamer Mom, I hope your feet stick to the floor. I hope you spill luminous green energy drink down yourself. I hope the cage is open. Every time I've been there, the cage hasn't been open. And that's like, you know, I say every time I've been there, it's been years. But the last few times that I went there, years ago, the cage was never open. And it feels like, I don't know, it made me feel like a boomer being like, I think it's a health and safety hazard because once I went in there and did cut my hand open on the pole. But still, that's part of it. That's part of it. Getting tetanus is part of it. The amount of friends I made on that pole. God. Zola says, aloha. Hello. Snaggletooth says, hi, everyone. Hello. Abby Westy says, back in the day, they had the cage wide open. They did. You could lock yourself in, and weird men would always try and get in with you, and you'd have to kick them out by, like, high spinning on this pole to get them out. It's like a go-go cage. Just if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, the cage in Planet, it's like a go-go cage. So it's like on an elevated bit it's over the bar. It's like so Planet is 2 floors, and the first floor you go in, they play all of the metal stuff, heavy stuff. This is back in my day anyway. They play all the heavy stuff. The bars, there's the bar on this side, and then kind of like stage DJ up there, and then the middle bit everybody mills around in. At the back is the stairs up, and then you go up the stairs, and there's a bar on the back wall, and like 2 sets of stairs around this cage that's like elevated in the sky. It's on like a stand. It's not like hanging. And you can go up the stairs, and then that's like the other floor where everybody's dancing, or they used to have like gigs and shows on there. And then there's another bar at the left hand side. This is where they do all the pop punk and where they do the lighter stuff. And then the cage is like a go-go dancing cage with a pole in it, and it's just looking for the cage to try and get it when it's free is just part of the Planet experience, or to get in there and do a little swing around. Game Worm says, I haven't been there for years. I used to go for a weekend and Thursday. Same. Thursday because it was the first night that it opened in the week, and then Saturday because it was the night to go. From just little drawn says, I enter the chat just in time for cage talk. We're talking about Planet. We're talking about the Planet cage. You know the Planet cage. All the firemen hogging it, says Throbbing Uncle. But yeah, I cut my hand open in there once, and so only afterwards that I realised that's really bad. But like at the time, I was like, haha, just cut open on the Planet cage. Yeah. But it was so good. I've busted the most horrific moves in that cage, because like you can look down on the bar as well. So I would do it menacingly at people at the bar, be as like unhingedly sexy as possible. Oh, and I thought it was sexy. Staring at them, gyrating like. Good game, fair play. Says, I remember the best alt club I DJ'd back in the day was a death trap, but absolutely amazing. First time I climbed the ladder to get into a DJ booth. The fucking thing collapsed with me on it. They fixed it the next 4 years by jamming a piece of metal into the broken part of the ladder. See, this is, club culture. We're losing it. It's dying off. BBC did a piece on it the other day because nobody wants to go clubbing anymore. And this is the sort of stories you come away with, the friends you make. I'm just having a little read. From Just Drawn, standing on my phone in the cage, best night ever. Yeah, exactly. Also, when somebody's really, really lit and you watch them spin around on the pole and you're just there a bit awkward. Never me. If I'm in that cage, I'm busting a move. But like, there was plenty of people who would go in. The people would go in, it's like, it was always men would come in and to try and be like flirtatious, and you'd have to make them get on the pole and do like a move. I'd be like, I'll only talk to you if you do a good spin. It wasn't often. You didn't really get bothered that much at Planet, but the occasional one, you have to be like, do a spin. No, Dan says, clubbing isn't for me. I can't even stand at gigs anymore. Yeah, I'm not, like, this is the thing. Clubs is just, it's such a unappealing thing now. It, like, as in, when you think about it, thinking about going to the club is like, it's just not what people do. And it's not like a fun, silly thing to do with you not out. It's expensive as well. Like, trying to go to a club and have some drinks is like, it's not nice. Pub is where it's at. You want a pub that has a dance floor or a karaoke session. That's the next best thing at the moment. Love Death Away says, you got to be in the mood for it. Exactly. You go on a night out without being in the mood for it. It's diabolical. I don't know. I'm 29. I don't leave the house, like, unless it's to go and get a takeaway. So I don't know what I'm talking about. Gamer Mom, I'm glad for you though. To be honest, Planet was actually quite a safe place. The dickheads would be sorted out. It's true. The security were really on it. I'm laughing because I just remember the last time I went was years ago, but it was when I was with my ex-boyfriend and he got kicked out because the security tapped him on the shoulder and he span around and was like, "Why are you touching me?" Because I don't know why he reacted like that. But he reacted so weirdly that they were like, "You can fucking go, mate." And because he was so southern as well, bless him. Not gonna go down in Planet, is it? Planet is a famous place of some sort of franchise. It's the oh, thank you for the sub. It's Tricky 96. Planet is a is that who I think it is? Sorry, I just realised. Talking about Planet, of course you're here. Planet's a famous place for some sort of franchise. It's the rock club in my hometown, the Grebo Club. It's a mindset, dropping Uncle says. Exactly.
Divine gift should never be questioned.
Oh,
simply accepted.
J. Francis T. Thank you so much. J. Francis T has paid for my next set of nails. Which is very, very kind of you. These are the current ones, the eyeballs. J. Francis T, do you have you can pick a design if you want to pick a design. What I'm thinking is, because next month is Last of Us Series 2. I'm thinking TLOU nails. It is me. Hello. I always get really frightened about saying my friends' first names, just in case like you want to go by the usernames. That's why I keep being like, it's Tricky 96. Got to go with good luck. No worries. Thank you for coming in, man, and thank you for the sub. That's so kind of you. Have a lovely day. I hope you do a sick kick flip or any other sort of skating trick. Do whatever you fancy. Thank you, Joe Francis T. It's very lovely of you. Thank you so much. But that's the vibe. Skater, says Abby Westy. Yes, skater. Zoos. How do I say your name? ZZOXOZZ. Zoos. Is that how I pronounce it? From Dustle Drawn says, I never know whether I prefer username or name. Yeah, see, with you, I don't know. Also, I haven't revealed the name because I'm like, do I say? I get a bit scared. It's because my username is my name. I don't want to dox anyone, you know what I mean? Name is probably fine. Okay. This is where this is where I've been like, okay, Neil. Start calling you all the wrong names, but they'd be like, uh-oh, I thought it was you. I'm gonna test it and say, James. I'm excitable today. I'm excitable. Oh, I'm going away for the weekend to see my pals, and we're not going to do anything. I say going away for the weekend. I'm going to sleep over at her house, and that's just going to be fun. It's going to be nice. Went back to visit my mum, came off the train and got shouting at, you fucking Grebo! My outfits haven't changed. Oh my God, Game on Mom, I love that. I once, when I was living in Newcastle, went to, I think it was Durham, and a bunch of youths. So I was like 25 or something. Bunch of youths walked past me. I was with Josh Brown and some of our other friends, and they walked past and went, are you guys emos or something? And I was like, it never ends. Being bullied by children never fucking ends. Dave Francis sees, look how close we are to filling the offering. I know. It's coming. I got called a goth. You are a goth, man. They say happy Halloween to me. Oh, man. Dusty, though, like, you're an icon of goth dressing. I don't know how close... I actually can't see how close you are without opening up the Twitch homepage, which I haven't done. 95% complete. Okay, it's literally just popped up. Wow, you guys are really, really close. You might hate the reward. That's the best part of it. You actually might hate it. Got to make it up now. It's a joke. I've made it. I've already made it up. I know what it is. But you might hate it. But I think it will be. I think it will be funny. I think it will be good fun. Oh, it's complete. It's literally complete. Oh, yay. Well done, everybody. I don't have a celebratory noise. Oh, God, I need a kazoo or something. Do, 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 do. Community offering is complete. Celebratory noise, and I am singing. Okay, so you guys donated 100,000. I need Nico's little voice changer here. 100,000 blood drops, which is a loss of watch hours. Thank you. For make Jimmy do a shimmy. Okay. He looks like he's shivering. He's not particularly mobile. But well done, everybody. 100,000 blood drops into the cauldron of goo. It's a very red stew right now. But okay, so the idea is, don't hate it. But you have unlocked a special stream where I'm gonna dress up, obviously, because I'm always streaming in my hoodie, so I figured we're gonna theme it. We're gonna do a big dress up stream, and I'm gonna read to you the Nightmare Choose Your Own Adventure book, and we're gonna do poll options to pick where we go in the book. We're gonna complete a Choose Your Own Adventure book, and of course it is Nightmare because I fucking love Nightmare. But yeah, we're gonna go. That's what we're gonna do, which I think is gonna be super fun. So that's what the offering is. I don't know if any of you solved the little riddle that was there and realized it was a Choose Your Own Adventure book, but yeah, that is the result of that. Something silly, something spooky, dark fantasy vibes. Elvira Showcase style, says Abby Westy. I do not have the boobs for it, unfortunately, but we'll figure something else out. But yeah, we're going to do a Choose Your Own Adventure book, and it's one of my old favourites. And yeah, we can utilise all the stream polls and stuff, so you guys can basically pick your way through the path, which I think's really fun. Yay! Okay, people are saying it's good. Good, okay. Dusty says, Elvira's my for the love of horror cosplay this year. I just smashed the microphone. I was about to say hell yeah, but I just smashed everything instead. So that will be fabulous. But yeah, this my ears. Sorry for dropping the microphone. This is when I was trying to brainstorm some ideas with the mods. This was Kirby's brainchild, obviously, the fantasy master. So yeah, a team effort, but just credit where it's due. In it, that's not me. So it was me going, what should I do? Fiddlesticks, thank you for your sub. That's really lovely of you. And a shout out to Kirby. There we go. Yeah, basically give Kirby a follow is what I should say. Because Kirby comes up with fun ideas for stuff all the time. Does streaming, does loads of fantasy playthroughs and fun picks. Just, yeah. We love Kirby. Go follow Kirby. Give him a bit of appreciation. Go follow the mod father, says Westy. There we go. Just have a little read of the chat. Nova Dancers. We love Kirby, the mod. Oh, Buddy Games in the chat saying, go follow Kirby, please. All of my mods are fabulous. All of my mods are fabulous, and you should follow all of them. Even if they don't stream, you should follow them. But yeah, this is Kirby's moment. Kirby, it's Kirby's moment. We sing for Kirby. You'll all get one. You'll all get one. I'll ruin the illusion, says Westy. Kirby says, the attention's been on me too long, but I enjoyed the song. Okay, good. Anyway, then, that's what we're going to do. And I have some ideas that have just come to me in the moment as well. So, yeah. You've unlocked that. Well done, everybody. You've paid your tithe. Paid your tithe of 100,000 blood drops. We did that in like 3 streams, so I'll put another one up when I have a good idea. I'm not going to keep it like going. I'll just have one. I'll put one up each time we have a cool idea for something, or if we're working towards something. Because there'll be this one, and then hopefully the next one will be getting partner. Fingers crossed. So partner is going to be the belated kind of anniversary stream as well, because like, again, fingers crossed, it should happen around the sort of time that the channel will be 2 years old, and that's the next one we'll do. I'm banning myself from doing it until I complete a certain task, though, which I'm not going to say just in case I don't do it, but the plan is that I will do it, and you should know what it is if you're a real one. If you remember the affiliate celebration, you will know what I need to do. Jelly Purple Panda says partner push. Birth sound. From Dust Till Drawn says 2 years. That's gone by so quick. I know. I did spend a long time not streaming in that, though. Like, I did 6 months and then took 6 months off to finish off PlayStation stuff and then came back. So it's like 18 months. Dusty's got a shout out as well. Dusty, everybody follow Dusty. Westy says, Ash was talking about mods and you're streaming tonight, I believe. Get loved, fucker. There we go. And if you don't follow Dusty, Dusty is a spooky, spooky lady. Big goth, dresses immaculately, fun games, great accent. Definitely follow. Streaming House of Ashes. Oh my god, it all ties back together. Fucking love House of Ashes as well. Right, gang. I'm going to give you the choices now. I'm going to make you a poll of what we are going to be fucking doing today. Aye, lads. So, stream. You can choose The Suffering Part 2. You can choose Karma Part 2, because they're the 2 games that we played this week. Or you can choose just yapping, because that's always an option. And the duration is going to be 3 minutes. Just yapping part 2, says Joyful Pandas. Just yapping. Oh, hello, Megan. J. Francis T, is it possible to ask for the nails to be the mods' faces, or would that be too weird? I mean, it's possible to ask, but it would be too weird, yeah. Where she's like, legend. Oh my god. Who's the thumb? Kind of serial killery. I feel like my artiste Amy, Spellbound Nails, like she could do it, but it just would take her. It would. She could do portraits. She is incredibly good at portraits, so maybe. Let's have a look what's winning in the stream. Oh god, suffering and yapping. It's the same thing, really, isn't it? Oh, excuse me for a little yawn. I'm trying to think what I've got to yap about. If we do yapping, suffer the yap. I'll find some props. Is there enough to yap about, says Joe Francis T? I don't know. Happy Westy says there's a smash or pass you haven't done if you want to yap. No, we'll save that. We'll do that next month. We'll save that up because then we've got time for people to donate any suggestions if they want to, and we can do it after we've done the nightmare. Kirby says, any new cards? No. 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 I don't buy cards. I'm controlled. I got a new magnet though. I'll show you that right now. My hair's a bit wet, so excuse the back if it's looking a bit messy. I got a new magnet. This is. Do you remember Pokemon Stacks? Do you remember? Because I saw one in the flesh, right, and they didn't have any Meowth ones. So I did get this one from eBay for like £1. But do you remember them? They're literally just like little magnets you can put on your fridge and stuff, but collecting them was all the rage when I was a youth. But like I have just like this really physical reaction to seeing them. Because I was like, oh my god, I used to collect those and I totally forgot they existed. And they're called Pokemon Stacks, and they don't do anything other than have pictures of Pokemon on. And yeah, you used to try and collect them, and getting the shinies is the cool ones. But stacks, this was like Pogs for me. This was my Pog. This was my Pog. This is from Johto Champions League. So there's this one, and then there's Meowth and Persian as well. But yeah, that's Team Rocket, because we love Team Rocket in this house. Jesse and James, I love them. They're who I remember the most from the anime. And Misty and Brock, obviously, but not as cool as Jesse and James. Oh my god, Taylor the Wolf says they came with really crappy bubble gum. Oh. Trying to, it's like it coming back to me. Oh, you voted for a just yapping stream. Okay, all right. Okay, we can yap. You're going to have to ask me things, though. Maybe I will just go off on one. We'll see. Let me just change the title. It's a yapping kind of Friday. Tazos, that's what they were. Murdoch may ask for some advice regarding photographic art. Okay, yeah, sure. Weird, sorry. Getting weird messages at the moment. Tazos, yep. Okay. Pull a tarot card. Cool. Let's get that out. I don't know how bad it looks from the back. It's definitely going to be a bit wavy. Oh, I nearly dropped all the cards. How do you create that red hair colour, I wonder? It's pink. It's a pinky red, I guess. But it should be pink, but it's called cyclamen, and it's crazy colour cyclamen. Oh my god, you guys are right. It would be a good shuffle. I'm gonna get on the floor. Hold on. I'm just gonna shuffle this on the floor. I'm just gonna hold the microphone here so you can still so you can still hear me. I'm gonna hang it upside down like this. There we go. Right, I'm shuffling. Okay, I fixed it. Okay. I dropped them all on the floor and then I picked them all up again. Let's grab a card. Oh my god. Oh. I've got super yawn at the moment. I'm so sorry for the yawning. It's I told you I had that migraine the other day. I think I'm like still, my body's like, you need sleep and recovery. Oh, so it'd be nice to go and lie down on my pal's sofa. Okay, right. Again. I'm doing a different card. This one. Okay, I know that's not how it works. Let me shuffle them again. I just don't think I'm a very good shuffler. Let me try it again. It wasn't the tower. It was the first one I pulled was this again. But this was drawn so recently that I feel like that's a bad shuffle, not an actual answer. But like this was literally last stream, so I feel like it's just at the top. But that's what it was, so I'm going to shuffle it again. And then the next one was Ace of Swords, and then the next one was the Magician, and then the one after that was the Hermit, and that was the one I was going to give you. Let's give it a proper... I'm just going to keep on shuffling. And then if I draw it again, it really is meant for you. Artie Clark, hell yeah. Oh, what's the last horror film everybody watched, by the way? What's the last film you watched? And was it good? And would you watch it again? Shuffling, 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 shuffling. J. Francis teases, where are your buddies you're visiting? About an hour, Irish away. Just in a little town. Holland on Prime with Nicole Kidman. Ooh, I don't know about that. Alien Romulus. Never heard of Java. It was awesome until the last 30 minutes. And yeah, and then the last 30 minutes were amazing, right? Right? Old Crumbs liked Abigail as well. I liked Abigail, but I wish I didn't know the twist. I feel like going into that, not knowing what was happening would have been very, very good. But knowing, like, they advertised it in the description, what the twist is, ruined it. Really, like, knocked some heat out of it for me. Richie Evans says, I haven't watched a film or a horror film since like Bye Bye Man. Bye Bye Man, unironically, has some very cool technical bits to it, like when the Bye Bye Man is like hidden in the background and stuff. Is there a cat meowing? Hello? No. Absolutely horrendous. That's 30 minutes. Has never heard of Jawa. Gonna block you now, I think. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Oh, I loved that last part. Oh, I'm so sad you didn't enjoy it. Oh God, sorry, the chat's going a bit fast for me. Let me I'll pull up. I'm doing loads of shuffling here. This is the most shuffled this card has ever been, I think. Ooh. Shuffle, shuffle. Right. Okay, I've paused the chat for myself, so I will go through it shortly after doing this. So, more sticks, but this time it's the 5 of Wands, and it's a bunch of people like absolutely beating each other up with a bunch of sticks. Look at this. Look at the chaos of this card. You got wands in your life. Wands are definitely calling for you right now. But everybody's in the middle. Everybody's beating each other with a stick. Everybody's going, oh, my stick's the biggest. What does it mean? Will you get into a wand competition, and will you have the biggest wand? So, struggles can have a positive outcome. The 5 of Wands is about rivalry and masculine force. This card can also represent a time for competitive play. Right, get into it, Dusty. It's time to fight for your right to party. Here you go. That's what it's all about. Competition. Competition, valiantly winning where no Dusty has won before. But in a fun way. Dusty says, haha, new job is going to be fun then. Yes, it will. I think that's kind of the vibe of that one. Workplace competition, trying to get that promotion. You know, that kind of thing, maybe. Right, and then let's get back to this chat. Says, I can't remember the last one I watched, but I was craving to watch Woman in Black recently. Ooh, getting that Victorian spooky vibe in. Romulus was great, says Novadan. Finished watching Adolescence. I really liked Adolescence. We can talk about Adolescence. James. Ooh. I accidentally opened the pin message. There we go. Murdoch says, I like using real photos to animate. Stop animation. I'm getting into green screen. I'm about to do shorties. Is okay to post. I'm trying so hard not to use AI. Appreciate advice to post handmade work. Yeah, of course. That's absolutely fine. I did a little message in the Discord earlier saying, no AI. And that was... that's basically the long and short of it. People are absolutely welcome to post their work. It's just, I'm just cutting out the AI at the moment because it threatens me. Raven K says, does David Cronenberg's Crash count? Or an IMAX introduced by the man himself? Hell yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, right, let's go back. Oh, goodness gracious. Getting down to the bottom. Going to my first day on Monday with a big stick. Hell yeah. Yeah, Adolescence been done in one take. It like each episode was in one take, and there's 4 of them, and it's just this gorgeous technical feat of. It's just so well done, and it really adds to the actual sense of time and place of the show as well, because it's following these people in real time. It's the effects and the devastation, like beat for beat, because you're with them the whole way through. So like that first episode, I don't think anything can beat that first episode. I feel like it is kind of downhill after the first episode because the first one absolutely just nailed the sense of following a young boy's arrest, going through the system, being faced with what the crime is that he's being charged for. Next episode is set at a school, kind of investigating, and the way that they do it, it is literally like it's like a prison. It's like a holding cell. It's like rowdy inmates, like it's, and that's very well done as well. I feel like the kind of sense of school and children and rebelliousness and everything, it's very well acted, but the technicality of it's amazing. Looking up how they did the drone shot, when you see a drone shot in it, is like they literally attached it to a cameraman, so that you're following this cameraman the whole way through the episode, and at the end of the episode, so literally still in one take, they take it off the cameraman, attach it to a drone, fly it in the sky across literally, you know, like half a mile of road and housing, land it in a car park, and then take it off, put it on another cameraman, and zoom in onto Stephen Graham's face all in one go. And you couldn't tell that that's what happened. Like, I thought it must be some sort of composite shot thing going on. Like, they must have stitched some stuff together. No! They really did just whip it on and off like a person's shoulders, do a drone shot in the middle of it, and then take it off again to zoom in on the guy's face. Oh! Incredible work. Incredible work. Zeus says, I wonder if they had to redo any of the episodes. So the take that they ended up using for each one was in the teens. I think it was like 16 was the most takes that they did for one. Or you know, the latest take that they used for one. I think they did more than that. So they would spend a few days doing just the same shot over and over again, because every time they do it, they get more practiced at it as well. But yeah, literally, it's just madness, isn't it? Episode 3, an hour-long therapy session. Just a great setting, watching something change just slightly in someone's face, and then it being explosive and it being quiet, and trying to pick out what you think about what the boy's saying and what the therapist thinks about what the boy's saying. It's just very, very clever. Richie Evans says, I've not seen the show, but I've seen this clip of the drone shot to a crime scene. Sure, Asher D is in it. I don't know who Asher D is, but it is to the crime scene. That is the shot. It's so good. It's so good. Also, if you are impressed by Adolescence, you should watch Haunting of Hill House, because if you like technical things, it is a good way of getting into horror if you like technical stuff to look at as well. I'm sure most people will have seen it because it's another Netflix special that's very popular, but like every episode has multiple hidden ghosts in it in the background, which you can try and spot, that are just kind of part of the furniture. They're there for you to try and pick out. Very, very well hidden. And I think it's episode 5 where all of it's a one shot thing, and the literally the whole dolly system they used to make it, so it's on all the rails and wheels as they push it through all the scenes. It literally broke after the last take that they did, which fortunately was the one that they ended up using because it was so good. But yeah, that episode lives in my head. I think about it semi-regularly, just on how impressive it was, and just how gorgeous that whole series is. It's Mike Flanagan's, so obviously it's amazing. It does suffer a little bit from Flanagan's favourite trick of doing a massive monologue at the end, but it is good stuff. That's just a stylistic choice, you know. I love his romantic way of viewing horror and the emotional side that he applies to these very paranormal events that go through all of his films. But yeah, it does always culminate in a big emotional speech to free these characters of all the thoughts and feelings they're having, and some hit harder than others. Hill House, I remember thinking, come on, Gala, let's wrap it up. Right, hold on. We've got another tarot card for Westy. Ooh, Page of Swords. The little boy of swords. He looks like he's standing on a wave there, but I think it's just a gnarled hill with birds in the background, holding the sword. It's very like a Birth of Venus, but with a sword to me. Oh, fuck me, Fernambo.
Ashmill1 Grim.
Thank you for the sub. That's really lovely of you. And you just scared the shit out of me. But yeah, Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Swords is usually a bit more of an aggressive, fighty, you know, can be a bit more difficult sort of suit. So let's see what we've got here. The Page of Swords. And we drew him up right. You're full of ideas but have difficulty expressing yourself. Trust the Page of Swords to unlock ambition and bring fresh ideas that fuel a journey to completion. So the Page of Swords is there to cut you free from the inhibitions and to express yourself fully. Fresh ideas, fresh perspectives, fresh takes. Get cleaved and unleash them upon yourself and the world at large. How many tarot cards are there? 71 or 74? Ooh, great question. I always forget the full number. But there's Major Arcana there is, God bloody hell, there's like 20 odd, and then each set has a king, a queen, a page and a knight, I think, and then 10 cards on top of it. Yeah, king, queen, ace, page, knight, and then 2 to 9. Lidge says, hello Ash, love PS Access. Me too, they're a good bunch. Gamer Mom says, fucking hell, Ash, I apologise, but my has just shouted, tell Ash I said hello. Hello! Greetings! My mum. Hello! Oh my god, hello, Gamer Mom's mom. Big mom fan. J. Francis T. I've seen the first few seasons of Severance. I just haven't seen the most recent one. I do like it. It's not horror, but there's elements in there. I love its approach to like weird, quirky, very deadpan vibes in a sci-fi dystopia. It reminds me, and I haven't seen this in years, so you'll have to forgive me if it's absolutely nothing like it. But the vibe of it, the kind of deadpan comedy vibe, reminds me a lot of Utopia, which was a Channel 4 show with the guy from Kill List. The main actor in Kill List was this killer, and that was really good. I might watch that again just because I can remember it and talk about it. But yeah, Utopia was really good. I don't know many people that watched it. I think because it was a Channel 4 special and hasn't really had a lot of love since that I've seen. Does Gamer Mom's mom game, says the your name, the Kylie says Utopia was pig. I found it on Blu-ray in Germany, Amazon, I think. Oh, nice. Rodrigo Tours on Utopia was great. People have watched it. Good. Okay, that was me thinking I was special. Okay, we've got to pull a tarot card for Ludens as well. Ooh, this one's pretty. It's like, so it's the Four of Wands, and it's two statues holding up bouquets in the background while a city sprawls onward. And there's like festive decor hanging from the wands on the tippy top. So that's what we're dealing with here. There isn't actually like a person or an action in this one. It is like the presentation of the wands is very village fete, town hall fair, bows and flowers and gorgeous revelry. So that looks to me like enjoy. I don't know. To me, that looks kind of like enjoying the moment, a frozen moment in time that seems quite perfect. So let's see what it says in the book. The book. So the Two of Wands. Patience is the overarching theme behind the Two of Wands. Not enough information has been gathered to make a decision during a budding partnership. An opportunity has presented itself, but you are not ready to start. That is the Two of Wands. I just read the wrong one. Sorry, excuse me. I thought that looked weird. Right. The Four of Wands means that all your hard work has paid off, and now it's time for you to relax and enjoy what you have earned. Stick to what is familiar and find pleasure in your home. This card represents a satisfied person or home life. Very, very nice, sitting in, enjoying the outlook. It's like a window to a gorgeous outside, isn't it? Sitting and enjoying yourself and being proud of what you've achieved. So definitely give yourself some credit, enjoy yourself, do your thing, is what we're saying here. Ooh. Check your watch. One, thank you so much for the sub. Let me have a little hydrate for Fernando. It's bloody freezing in here, isn't it? I don't, you guys aren't in here, but it is. Oh. Excuse my little microphone there. Do I have anything else to share with you that's new? I definitely did have some stuff. Novad, thank you for the sub. I definitely had some stuff that I thought, oh, I'm going to talk about that on stream. And I'm trying to dig it up now, because sometimes I think all of that and then I'm like, it's fine. We'll see where the game takes us, rather than me telling everything about my life. I got some stuff coming up which I'm excited about. But yeah, can't dish beans on stuff that hasn't been done or published or even filmed yet, especially when it's other people's stuff. But yeah, fun things coming out, fun places to be. I've had some good emails, which I am excited for. AK Black and Red says, you need a yapping notepad. I do. I need to keep all my yaps together. I think I am going to... this is just something I'm saying as well, but it's something I plan on doing later in life. But maybe I'll do a little bit of it now, because there's nothing stopping me. But I really I'm manifesting one day in my life putting together a collection of short horror stories. I've always wanted to do a collection of short stories, spooky ones, of course, to kind of give back to me growing up reading and consuming no sleep and forum horror and short form stuff for so long. I would love to put that back out into the world. I need to read more and write more and refine it more before ever doing it. But that's one day I will release a book of short horror stories. There's going to be 13 of them, because there has to be, because that's the number it's always going to be. There's 13 of them, and I don't know what the name is yet, but I can't, if I couldn't tell you the name anyway, because that would be giving it away. But one day I will do it. So you guys, now you've heard it, you all have to read it. Faber says, fun facts with Faber, Smile 2 edition. Did you know actress Naomi Scott, who played pop star Sky, was partly chosen for work on the Aladdin live action by Disney, as she was the vision of what a spoiled pop star would look like? Oh wow! So they used her for Jasmine. Naomi Scott was played Sky, was chosen for work. Or you mean that they picked her for Smile 2 because of her work on that, and they thought she was a great vision? Either way, it's a cool crossover. I love that. Cottaging says, Ash, would you rather be a half centaur or half mer person? So that's a normal person with a horse butt and back legs, or a person with one fishy leg. So a normal person with a horse butt and back legs, or a person with one fishy leg. So Oh no, I was gonna say if I could have the other leg and then one fishy leg, I would be a mer person. But mer people are designed for water, and I'm on land a lot, so I do think I would have to be a centaur. Also, imagine how majestic you'd be with a giant horse body. Zeus says, "Does hair colouring hurt? Only when you're brushing your hair, it's got big knots in it. But I can just putting on the colour, absolutely not." Okay, Black and Red. So start writing now rather than waiting until later in life. They can always be edited later on, and you happen to know a couple of experienced fiction writers. It's true. It's true. I know. I have one that I did as coursework, which I'm going to edit, but I don't really want to use it, so I don't think I will edit it. I keep just thinking, oh, I could always use it, but I want to write them fresh. One of my favourite authors, I've mentioned this to you guys before, Simon Melnabone. She used to do all of the no sleep stuff, but about fairies and evil fae, and she had this great through line in all of her work that was very like magical, mystical, spooky stuff based around the fae. Very the Hallow coded. Really, really good. I'd love to be able to put something out that felt that much brand identity, you know. Wesley says you'd be on land a lot if you were a mermaid, though. That's what I mean. Like, a mermaid's built for the water. So if I were a mermaid, it would be... I would just get dry. I'd get really dry. I'd get a really dry, fishy leg. Zeus said, if only everybody would call me Zeus, Trump said. What? I don't know how to... You never told me how to pronounce your username. Or is it Zoxoz? You can drag men to your death as a mermaid, says Luden's Atlas. Why stop there? I could do it any time. J. Francis T says, what is the spookiest encounter you've had? Like, what's the most you've actually thought a monster was actually after you? Ooh. I don't know, because I've had that just like chest freezing fear. It's usually it used to just be when I woke up in the night, and when I was a child I had recurring dreams about a pterodactyl. I had a recurring nightmare about a pterodactyl, and I was fucking petrified of this thing. I've realised later on that I think it was from Scooby-Doo. Like, I think that must have been what did it, because there is a pterodactyl monster in Scooby-Doo, and I think it appears in the live action film, maybe, definitely in the older ones. I saw a model of it when we went to the Warner Brothers like warehouse of props and stuff, and was like, oh my god, that's exactly like the thing from my dream, and it was a Scooby-Doo thing, and I was like, oh, that explains it. But anyway, I used to have recurring nightmares about a pterodactyl, and it would be, I would wake up, and because I was young, I would wake up and I would be just so petrified. I was always very imaginative, and I always thought, like, it can see me, it can sense me. If I move even a single muscle, something is going to come through the window, smash me, and like, not smash me, something's going to smash through the window, grab me in its talons and fly away into the distance. And because that was what happened in my dream. So the dream would be, I would wake up, or, I'd come to in the dream, and there would be a pterodactyl flying around. I'd be in my house, and I would run into my parents' bedroom, and it was like exactly the layout of the house at the time, and I'd run into my parents' bedroom, look out the window and see it flying around, and I knew it was like I'd come into the situation knowing that it was looking for me. And in my old bedroom, there, like, I would go and look out the window of my bedroom as well, and it would be out there, and it would spot me and fly towards me, and then I'd run into my parents' bedroom, look out the window, it would be there. In my old bedroom, the window, my bed was under the window. I'm not describing this very well. The bed was under the window, so if the blind wasn't shut, or if I felt like I was going to move and get got by a pterodactyl, it could see me perfectly through the window. Okay? I'm going to stop talking about this because I'm just rambling. Did you ever have a dream? Did you ever have a dream that you thought and then the pterodactyl got you? All right, let me catch up with chat. Jesus. AK Black and Red says, when Dee wanted to start, we did it where even though we weren't together, we'd both write for an hour at the same time every night to encourage each other. So if you have a buddy you can body double with, that might be an idea. Very true. Whoa, for writing. Choco!
Kevin's 41 chop, Kevin's 41 chop, Kevin's 41 chop.
Thank you for the sub. Okay, right. Let's come down here. Bearman says nightmares about Scooby-Doo are valid. They are. It was spooky. I feel like everybody has to have the scared of Scooby-Doo moment. Richie Evans says, actually it was Scooby-Doo 2 because I remember that's the one not on the island. That's the Monsters there's Monsters Unleashed, and then there's the other one, or is it 2 that's Monsters Unleashed, where like all of their old enemies are back and the gang splits up and then gets back together. No, never heard of Java. The pterodactyl didn't want to be friends because as the dream went on, I was trying to describe the layout of my room to you and got caught up in the minutiae of it. But as the dream went on, I'd look out my parents' window, it would see me, and I'd be looking out the window, and then the wall next to it, I would go and like hide on the wall next to it, and it would smash through the window, grab me in its talons, and fly into the sky and drop me. And it would drop me, and there were these 2 women on my drive. I don't remember why, but they were walking away down the drive, and I would land in their arms, and they would be like, hello, are you okay? And I'd be trying to speak and I couldn't speak, but I'd be pointing at the pterodactyl in the sky, which would be flying directly for me, like beak pointed, coming down from the sky at me. And I'd be going, and I'd be trying to point at it, and these 2 women would go, don't know what you're saying, don't know what you're talking about, not even looking where I was pointing or anything. And it was like, just as it was about to impact me and grab me, dream would end. It was awful, because then I'd wake up and be like, fuck, it's out there, it's gonna get me, lie in bed, eyes closed, truly believing that it was the end of days. And if I used to like be so worried that the blind was open, like I hadn't shut it before I'd gone to sleep, and that literally the smallest muscle move would beckon it. And I remember slithering as slowly as possible onto the floor out of my bed, literally taking like half an hour to get out of bed, because I'd be like, because I'd have woken up really early, so it'd be like 5 a.m, so like I just couldn't move. Oh, sorry, just catch up with chat again. Richie says, yeah, 2 has the diving suit and stuff in a museum at the beginning. Used to watch it on repeat as a kid. Hell yeah. Oh, okay, my mom says the only nightmare I proper remember as a kid was after watching original It. I was scared of drain pipes and baths for ages. Understandable. Tim Curry did a good job. Just getting down to the bottom of chat. There we go. Jennifer Panda says, joke's on you, pterodactyl would go after slithering more than running. You don't know that. You don't know that. I had to move really slow. I was trying not to get sensed. Jelly says, I wasn't even scared to go to the bathroom at night after horror movies. I'm truly messed up. Oh my god, yeah, I was terrified all the time. The worst I had 2 recurring nightmares. One was pterodactyl. The worst recurring nightmare I had, though, was actually about the Morlocks from the Time Machine. Now, if you don't know what the Time Machine is, there's 2 films. There's one from the 60s and there's one from 2005 or something. Both are very nostalgic to me. I probably haven't spoken about them enough. I should do something about the Time Machine because I fucking love the Time Machine. But the 60s one was I talk about Signs being my first horror movie a lot because it was, and it is the one that impacted me the most. Had recurring nightmares about aliens after that one. But Time Machine I watched younger, not a horror film, but has a very scary concept of, basically, it's set in Victorian time. A guy manages to make a time machine and goes so far into the future that everything has kind of regressed and become old and tribal again. And in this new world, there's a subterranean species of like subhumans called the Morlocks, which capture and eat people. And they're terrified of the light. They're made to look very creepy, and their eyes reflect like cats in the darkness. Can I find a clip of it? Will I get copyrighted? Probably. Don't think I'll be able to show you, but yeah, they are super duper well made and scary. And I had nightmares about Morlocks, and the Morlock dream, again, my house was perfectly renditioned in this dream, so it didn't feel like a dream. It felt like I was in my house. And this is my old house. In my old house, the house I grew up in, the layout of the house is like it was God, right. So you had the front of the house where the front door is, and we didn't use that. It was our living room, so we didn't use the front door. We pushed a sofa up against it because we would use the back door, which was off the drive. So you have like the front of the house, and then the drive to the side where you'd walk up, and then the door would be here. And it meant when you're in the living room, you could always see who was coming to the door because they had to walk up the drive and go into a little veranda to get to knock in the door. That's where we fed the cats and everything, in this little porch bit. And I saw through the door, like into the veranda, there was a Morlock trying to get in. So I'd wake up, I'd be in the dining room walking around, and then I'd see movement, and it would be this Morlock trying to get in. And I'd run to the bathroom, and through the frosted glass, it would be there, like trying to come through the frosted glass. And it had spotted me from running from the dining room. So it was like really fervently trying to get in to come and eat me. And I ran up the stairs as fast as possible. Didn't know what to do because I heard it break down the door. Went and hid in the computer room, if you can remember that from back in the day. So upstairs was a long corridor, parents' bedroom. Go upstairs, parents' bedroom, long corridor, computer room, and my bedroom. Ran to the computer room, hid under the desk, and it would run in, and its feet would just be walking around the desk. That's all I could see was these horrible blue-grey feet, like walking around looking for me, and it was sniffing the air. And I would panic and run, bolt, because I'd be like, well, it's behind me, it's behind the desk, I've at least got this bit of head start. Would run all the way down the stairs, and that's when I would always remember, this is a dream, I can only get out of it if I wake up. And I'd sit in the middle of the dining room. I'd just stop in the middle of the dining room, staring at the stairs, knowing that the Morlock was going to come down and get me. And I'd be going, it's just a dream, it's just a dream. And I'd be trying to wake myself up, and it wouldn't happen. Every time I said it wouldn't happen, I'd be squeezing my eyes and trying to open them again, and I'd open them, and I'd saw its feet run down the bottom of the stairs, and it would come down and run at me, and it grabbed me by the throat and hold me in the air. And that's when I would wake up, is when it had got me, when I was looking into the Morlock's face, and it was like about to fucking eat me. Anyway, sorry, I don't get to tell that story often, so now I got my captive audience here. Zanzibar, have you ever had a lucid dream? No. Every time I realise I'm dreaming, I wake up, except for the fucking Morlock dream where I'll realise I'm dreaming and I can't. It traps me in there. As seen on screens, would you get copyright for showing the trailer? Probably. I think I would be able to show you about 6 seconds. I can show you a picture of them. I'll show you a picture. So, Morlocks time machine. Bloody hell. This is this is not one. This looks like a cosplay of one, I think. Someone dressed up as one. So that's from ones from the 60s. The underground people. But like the image from the film, God, I hope I can find it, because there's just this scene where the time machine traveler is there and all the people in the village that have been kidnapped, because they regularly take people. In the new film's really good as well, because they rework them to be it's kind of even more tribal, but they're like these beasts with blow darts, and it's like alarm sounds, and all the beasts run out, start to mark people. Everybody tries to run away, and if you get hit by a dart, then you get taken into a sand dune. It's one of the scariest non-horror film scenes. Like, it's done very, very well. My phone isn't working. Hold on. It's just not letting me press images as a search result. Come on, I'm trying to show the good people. Ah! Ikari, thank you so much. Restless Zombie, Furfur, Ali Games, aka ADN, and Outlaw Man. Please all enjoy a lovely subscription courtesy of Ikari Kim. Thank you. Thank you for donating to the community, as you made me say the other day. Sorry, I'm catching up. I'm see if I can. I really want to show you a picture of this Morlock. I feel like this kind of stuff works really well on stream, but I think about the VOD afterwards, where it's just me being like, and showing pictures of things on my phone. I can't get my phone to do what I want it to. Come on. So the ones in the modern... Oh my god, here it is. This is them. So this was the old school ones. Oh my god, there's this scene and the hero, the time machine man, is backing away from them after they've captured the villagers. And these guys are just approaching slowly, and he's flicking a lighter and the lighter won't work, and it lights up and they're like, ah. And then they get closer and closer and closer, and he's trying to get rid of them with this lighter. Ah! So good. Murdoch, thank you so much also for gifting subs. So AOC is me, Echo3, Rich Welch, Greedy Ears, and Pete Quinnell. Please enjoy your subs courtesy of Murdoch. That's very kind of you. Thank you for donating to the community. But yeah, that's the time machine Morlocks. And the ones that, oh my god, they're literally so scary. Jesus Christ. I forgot how scary they are. You should be able to watch the 60s time machine easily enough, I think, you know. There is one like humanoid Morlock as well, who's like the king of the Morlocks in the most recent film. And it's, oh my god, who is it? It's like Jason Isaacs or something. It's someone really famous, but he looks like an evil elf. It's a H.G. Wells novel originally. So kind of like a grandfather of science fiction stuff. I just can't press image results for some reason. 2002 was the other one. I'll just restart my phone. Oh no, I can't. I have too many notifications to catch up. Just ignore it. We'll just do that afterwards. What's happening here? Megan says, you're going to have bad dreams again tonight if you keep looking. I know. Ah! They are so scary, though. I do think they're one of the best, like, villain designs. Because it's just, like, they're so uncanny. Anything that has the reflective eye, I just think is so... Ooh, I just think it's so spooky. Like, the vampires in Salem's Lot... The way that they're done with cat eye reflections, oh, chef's kiss. It's one of my favourite effects to add on to things, to make them a little more eerie. Like when stuff just glows in the dark and you see eyes and they're actually reflective eyes. Obviously I love cats, so that plays into it as well, but the Morlocks did it really well. And yet you're a cat person, says Zanzibar. I think again, it's just the loving and understanding something spooky. Game of Mom says, I've got to go and pick up the kids, but Ash, I hope you have an awesome steam and a lovely weekend. I will steam like a lovely clam. I hope you have a wonderful time in Planet, and I hope you get to do some gaming as well as momming. So enjoy yourself. Never heard of Java. Says black cats are supposed to protect from bad spirits. They are. There's lots of mythology around black cats. Good luck, bad luck, protect from bad spirits, witches' familiars, or wizards transformed and kept in cat form. I have a little hydrate from Hikari as well. Yeah, I've heard that eating cheese is supposed to give you nightmares if you have it before bed. But honestly, I do it all the time. And I always have nightmares, so I just think it's a coincidence. Westy says, and meanwhile, this dickhead of a black cat eats plastic and makes himself sick. The way you said that made it sound like you are a black cat. So Francis T says, random, but did anyone see what they discovered under the pyramids this week? No. Was it a mummy? I hope so. That's where they keep them usually. From Dust Till Dawn says, ice cream nightmares always got me. What? Do you have ice cream and then have a nightmare? Or are you just dreaming about evil cream? As seen on screen says, wasn't there a pope that hated cats and led most of the bad press they got in the Middle Ages? Yo, I didn't know that. That's a fun one. Oh, I love when people come together with all little shreds of cool facts and stick them together for a whole. Alien mummies, hell yeah. Oh wow, the most common way to induce dreams, good or bad, is to have cold feet. I am literally, quite literally, never without sock unless I'm in like a watery area. I'm quite literally never without sock. My feet are always cold. I think I have bad circulation. I have to wear fluffy socks to bed, no matter the weather. If it's really, really hot in summer, I have to wear just a normal sock. But I will wake up if my feet are not sheathed. Katie is a sock enforcer. Yeah, I can't sleep without wearing a sock. There was like that thing on the internet. There was like a period of time people were like, well, you're very weird if you wear socks to bed. Well, it's like, shut up. Shut up. Great for you. You've got some good circulation. I'll get me my fuzzy sock. Megan says Ash wears socks while she's in the pool, which is why it's harder for her to swim. No. If I wore socks in the pool, I think I would swim better, honestly. Zanzibar White says bare feet are just plain uncomfortable. Yeah. I don't know. Never do it. Never out. Never got my hogs out. What are they? Not hog. I never got my dogs out. No! From Distal Drums says Ash wears socks whilst watching Match of the Day. Pass it on. God. Oh, I tell you what I've got actually. I kept a dream. I'm going to bring you my dream journal. We can look at what weird dreams I had. Sockless or not. They are PG dreams. I have a dream journal that I keep. I haven't updated it in a couple of years, so these are really old ones as well. I don't know if anything's that interesting, but I kept it for ages because part of my I want to write a book of short stories. Part of it is I want it to be based on, because I have loads of weird dreams. Like I have nightmares quite often, so I was like, I'm gonna write them all down and then turn them into a series of stories. But I kind of fell out of the habit of recording my dreams because I was half remembering them. A lot of them were just nightmares about like feelings rather than actually monsters and stuff. But anyway, got one from 2016 at the start. See if the thing is, when you write them down, you remember them better as well half the time. Oh my god, I had a dream basically about the Returned. So town that appears. So this is from the 27th of January, February, March, April. 27th of May 2016. So nearly 10 years ago. Fucking hell. There was A town that appeared when the water level dropped in the bottom of an old lake bed. Everything perfectly preserved for 30 years, even shops still functional, stock all fine. Started to snow and the town disappeared again. See, that's just like a nice writing prompt though, isn't it? And then the 12th of June 2016. Time travel. Giant evil mechanical being. Couldn't see it. It could see us. Group of 6 using travel abilities to fix things we didn't like in the past, but could only go as far back as to the time we discovered the ability. Never sure if we were with the true mind of the travelled person, because there was doppelgangers and it was confusing. That does sound confusing. Okay, and then I got one from 2016. The first line I wrote is cinematic post-apocalypse. I can't remember the first part. We'll add when it comes back to me. But build-up of travelling to a town on a mountain. Then creatures start hunting people down when we try to leave. Look like small dinosaur-like things without eyes and have pink fleshy bodies, giant bloody mouths, maul anyone that is mutated, specifically those with tails. Impossible to run or hide from. Have to leave my friends behind to live and get to the next city. Snowing heavily, but just about make it out. New town is unaware of what's happening but won't listen. Going to get much worse. Westy says, I'm like slightly afraid of you. You do know this, yeah. Honestly, I'm so glad I have this, because I always say that I have really weird dreams, and like just being able to describe some of them with the descriptions of what it was like in the moment is is satisfying. There's not too many more in here, so you can have some more if you want. 2017, I wrote a few more. There's a page that's fallen out. Oh my god, I remember this one. So it's honestly, yeah, I should use them to write my stories with, really. If you hear anybody else writing a story and it sounds like Ash's dream, tell me. I will kill them. But the next one, read a dream with the spooky voices from Dusk Till Dawn. Okay, so this one's from December. 9th of December 2016. Wandering... It's the spookiest voice I have. Ooh. Wandering through a beautiful forest, but can sense something watching me. Figure in the distance that looks distorted, frightening. Follows me and gets closer and closer until I can see it isn't human. A twisted / discolored humanoid creature instead. I call it the witch. She eats me with her torso and pulls me into her with rows of spider-like appendages. I die and am taken to the underworld. What? Oh. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. I'm a freak. Jesus. Don't remember that one. The Witch. That was always something I was scared of in Bullet Witch, though. That's a Bullet Witch dream. That is a Bullet Witch dream. That's why I called it the Witch, and that's why it ate me that way. It's because of the creatures from Bullet Witch. This is before I started working in... If it was in 2016, this is before I started working in games media and stuff as well, actually. Yeah, because I started in 2018. I thought that this was from later than that. Did you have a good time in the underworld? Megan, it just says I was there, so I think I must have got there and then woken up. Yeah, I was a horror fan in 2016, for sure. Never heard of Java. I did go to uni. Yeah, this would have been when I was at uni. I had a bad time at uni as well, so... All the nightmares. The next one is from June 2017. So obviously I'd forgotten about this for a while and then thought, oh fuck, I'm gonna put this in the diary. And the title is The Carousel in the Sky. This is one that actually should be a story, because I remember so vividly the image of the carousel. It was like an SCP dream. It was like the carousel was part of SCP. But the carousel in the sky, interact with a cursed object and become affected by the devil. Communicates through a huge carousel that only those who have touched the artifact can see. Strong sense of foreboding and unhappiness. Gets closer and further away depending on if you do tasks set out by him. Can't kill yourself, as you will go to hell. Can't get rid of it. Only way to alleviate the pounding in your head is to do what he asks. Always unpleasant and evil. Planetary in its proportions. Can be interacted with and stepped onto if it is close enough to reach another plane. Spoke to a woman that had suffered with it for years, and she led us to ride the thing. Terrible is how it ends. Terrible. Ha ha. That one was sick though. That's a cool dream. I remember it so vividly. Literally, I would look. I remember seeing it, just seeing this giant carousel in the sky and it's spinning around and the music playing and looking at it and feeling sick to my stomach and knowing that it was because I had to do another task, otherwise I would be taken to hell. And there's no way of getting rid of it. It's just there constantly, and it would get closer and closer, so you wouldn't be able to move past it because it was just like huge. It was huge. It was literally a whole carousel, so it didn't make sense. It was like a weird dream one. A merry-go-round, yeah, Jellyfill Pandas, a merry-go-round, literally like with the weird horses. Very Silent Hill, actually. The Carousel in the Sky. That's actually such a good no sleep story. I should write one. I will write the Carousel in the Sky. That one I will write. I will write the Carousel in the Sky, because that was a cool dream. It was fucking horrible to live, but like it was. I remember waking up. That's why I wrote it in there, because it was so vivid. 6 months after I'd stopped writing dreams in, I was like, the Carousel in the Sky is coming for me. Do you want any more dreams? But I'm just reading you my dreams. I don't know if this is what happens when we do a Just Yapping stream. We see where it goes. But if you want, I have more dreams, but it's got one really long one from 2023, two from 2023, one from 2024. Oh, I drew it. Oh my god, I remember that one as well. I had to draw up. This one's so fucking long. I started getting more descriptive. Yeah, the most recent one's from 2024, but they carry on. I love hearing about people's dreams, but if you guys would like me to stop, please say. Right, so there's one from 2017. This is in September 2017. So there was 2 camps, resulted in going on a hike and the walkways collapsing like an avalanche of sand. One camp inherently dangerous, infected with something in the mud that makes them stupid but violent. We have defences, and with utilisation of the ship, we arrived to the hike. Oh my god, this is like a space dream. I didn't describe it very well. The ship is a spaceship. We arrived to the hike, place in, and we're trying to figure out how to get home. It's been many months. The other camp continuously try to break in or infect us. They can be spoken to a little. On their camp is an old farming equipment that they don't know how to use, rusted and frightening looking. There's a machine that filters sheep through an electric gate and feeding system. One guy who already was troubled falls in the mud and catches the disease. He instantly tries to infect or murder all those around him. They push him through the feeding mechanism at the top, making them fall a few stories through a metal pipe and out the bottom. In the abandoned farm equipment in the mud, many more encounters happen from the other camp breaking in and kidnapping, or us trying to figure out what's going on. We rig the ship to fly home. The other camp chase us as we take off, clinging to what they can. They drop and die apart from one. Kind of like the farming equipment's that was supposed to be someone getting like eaten up by machinery. Why am I picturing this in Minecraft? Says Love, Death and Away. Because the farming. They can be quite gory. But yeah, that one, the farm equipment, the camps. I remember we'd crash landed on a planet. I didn't write that at the start, but we crash landed on another planet, which is why that had happened. And the one from 2023 says, oh, she starts writing to the reader in this one. It's been a while since I've written in this diary, but the bad dreams haven't stopped. Had a freakishly long nap today and dreamed about doppelgangers. They wanted to hurt our group, physically, mentally, and came with a thick sense of dread. You can't tell if they are a doppelganger until that feeling washes over you and they hurt you or those around. They only want to subdue the doppelganger and restore the person they're impersonating. The only way to subdue the doppelganger and restore the person they're impersonating is to beat them violently. Fuck. Specifically remember hiding in the top of a wardrobe, turning all the lights off as 2 searched for me. Only way to escape is to climb a massive mountain. Hundreds of people trying to get up, exhausting. Takes years. People peeled off and hurt in the process. Painful, uncomfortable, and scary. You have to beat them violently. Purple Snowball says, sounds like trying to find or hiding from yourself. Yeah. It's always the feeling of dread and foreboding. Like, that is always one that that's like the enemies and stuff. It's usually a feeling. If I have a nightmare, it's the feeling. So yeah, it's just that dread and foreboding when you see someone. That feels a little bit feels like something that, like, The Thing. It's The Thing vibes. It absolutely is The Thing. It's like that uncanny feeling. Richie says, how do you like your beatings? Violently, please. Westy says, yeah, why did I read that out? It's just a book that's been sat by my bedside table for ages. I've got 2 more dreams, so I'll tell you them. There's 2023, the 1st of the 3rd, 2023, so that's March in 2023. Enter a physical competition TV show that devolves into a fight for survival against 2 teams like the Hunger Games. I become comfortable with killing too quickly and disturb my teammates. I kill them too in a massive jungle arena. Dream kind of changes and people from the game are hiding out in towns to escape being killed by angry mobs. Only safe place is quarantine zones where ill people live. Even then, my reputation as a killer within the game means those also hiding out recognise me, want me gone, or worse. I don't regret it! The last line is, I don't regret it. Oh my god, it's gone from being terrified of things to being the terrifier. I love it. I don't regret it. Oh my god, that's so funny. My god. Jelly says that was the villain arc dream for sure. Were there any darker dreams? I didn't write any dreams down in lockdown. I don't remember any dreams in lockdown. I can't say if there were or not. Kobe Zombie Amir says, just remembered I've had a set of dreams recently where I was being chased by Stephen King's It, but it's never the clown. It's always weird abstract stuff, and it does really weird things with its limbs. Don't know, I forgot about that when we were on about it before. That it just comes back, doesn't it? It just comes back. You're like, oh, zing, Carousel in the Sky. Like, I get you. I totally get you. It's a weird one. That's horrible though. Like a weird limb thing coming after you. Better than me, the killer, coming after you. The limb creature. I mean, you might escape. Not me, though. Right. Okay, this is a really long one with a drawing. Is this the last one? Fuck me. It goes on forever. This is from the 2nd of the 5th, 2024. So this is the last one, and it's really long. Oops. Right, so living in cramped flat with parents. This would be when I was living at home. Living in cramped flat with parents, end up in horror. Hold on, let me check this one. Oh, yes. Okay, I was like, I don't want to be airing my family's arguments from my dreams. But no, it's just the setting the scene. Living in cramped flat with parents, end up in horrible argument about what little stuff I have being moved around. Mid shouting match, something catches my eye through the window that looks out over the city. A massive skyscraper-sized jellyfish floating between the buildings. Parents aren't bothered by it or seem to not be able to see it at first. It moves out of sight, so step closer to the window and see there's more than one, and they've started to destroy whatever they come into contact with. Buildings are crashing down. City is reduced to rubble as we watch. Try to take pictures, but scared of the flash, drawing the creatures to our flat complex. Sit with windows covered until morning, terrified of being crushed in a building collapse. The dream moves on slightly, and a defensive strategy has been cooked up by the government. No one has been notified, so we watch as giant machines stand up in the distance and pick up suburbs in glass globes. They're quadruped like an AT-AT with a gun mounted where its face would be and a holding case for whole neighbourhoods on its back. We watch as parts of the city are picked up and placed like this by the mechanical creatures, shields locking into place over the glass domes as they slot into their back. The only problem is that they're in horizontally. So, and here's the drawing. To counter this and change the gravity, the pod spins to charge gravitational force. So it's like a big circle on its back that it starts to spin. I remember this. It starts to spin, yeah. And thousands of bodies are flung against the glass as this happens, getting crushed and smeared by the rushed protection initiatives on the back of the metal transports. These are supposed to protect the city and the armed defence against the alien jellyfish, but blood and corpses are all the rest of us can see as the first suburb is taken. People scream then as their marches can be seen on the horizon, taking more and more plots, setting up new gravity measures and consequently killing everyone inside. The glass dome appears over our part of the city. We try and find something to hold out as the spinning begins. I watch a mother with her family seatbelt themselves into a car, only for her windows to smash and the G-force push her forehead into the protruding glass, killing her. And then it ends there. That's what I mean when I say I have nightmares a lot. That was a cool story, though. I was invested in that one. I remember that happening. I remember thinking, I've got to write this down because I remember it so vividly. The jellyfish, they weren't, like the alien jellyfish, they weren't evil. They weren't trying to destroy the city. It's just anything they touched fucked things up, which is exactly like the creatures in Final Fantasy Spirits Within. That's where that came from. Right here, it says the government couldn't come up with such a plan. They would just leave the public to die and save themselves. Ooh! Ooh! Vapor says the last dream I remember is an alien vegetation takes over in the sewers and I was part of First Contact. My friends got infected and hunting me around London Underground. I end up being cornered, but it turns out I have a cure for the infection. Then me and my friends go to the sewers to fight 30-foot plant monster with fire bottles. Sick. I love that. Bishman says, sounds like a dream after having some night nurse. It's a metaphor for puberty, says Jelly. Oh, Bearman, the watch I'm wearing is a Casio databank calculator. Oh my god, leather clad and leather bound, never shall the twain meet. Leatherclad says you should flesh that out into a no sleep story. Yeah, I think that's the one that I have the most stuff on. But yeah, I think I will start writing in my dream diary again if anything juicy comes up. I need to like get it all in there. You know, sometimes when you feel like you're not very creative or like you don't have the tools for something, sometimes again the tools are all there. You just need to learn how to look at them differently. Writing down your dreams. Did you see the limited edition Casio calculator rings they made, says Bishman? I saw a content creator I really like wearing one similar to it, a little ring. It's Young Planet, aka Mars. She's amazing. She's very cool. And she looks great with the little ring watch. It would do my head in, I think, a bit too chunky. But I love that they exist. Calculator rings though. No, that was just a watch ring actually. I'll have to look at the Casio ones because maybe that'll be up my street. Okay, Black and Red says not so much lately, but I remember having recurring dreams, not constantly but periodically from childhood through to early adulthood. Were there pterodactyls in them? Rodrigo Tuazon says I think I will also start a dream journal. It's you've got to be quite disciplined. The best thing to do is when you wake up, roll over, have your pen and your journal there, write it out, or write it on your phone if you are more inclined to do it that way. But I find it easier and I remember it better if I write it down, if I scribble it down. Ooh, Phil says there was one where me and a bunch of mates went to Alton Towers but found older zombie versions of ourselves. That's spooky. Doppelgangers again! My mom has a dream oracle, which isn't a diary but finds the meanings. Well, if you've got meanings for any of them, I'll hear them. Oh. But yeah, there's this all came from a question about feeling genuinely scared. And the main thing that I was genuinely scared of was dreams when I was younger. And I wasn't scared of having a dream. I was scared when I woke up because I always have very vivid dreams and then wake up and I'm like, oh, something's coming for me. Because as a kid, I had a massive imagination. Or a weaponized imagination, I should say. It was very easily turned against me. Okay, Black and Red says another I remember is waking up in the middle of the night and someone's trying to get in the house, running away, then being caught in a weird circus parade. The ones that kind of don't make sense, but you remember them so vividly, I love as well. It's like, I can't explain this to anyone else or what the plot is, but this this is what happened. Faber, we need someone in Discord to put out stories. If you guys want a Discord channel for dream maintenance, we can have the dream chat. Creepypasta channel, perfect for it, Westy. There we go. Yeah, creepypasta is perfect for dreams. Pop it in there. The 2-sentence horror. I love the 2-sentence horror games. Stories, sorry. Harry Hunt says, I had a nightmare about hearing someone sobbing outside my house, and when I looked outside, it was La Llorona! Oh my god. That's an actual thing though. You hear her crying for her lost children, and then she takes you and drowns you in the river as well. You got. Isn't that the Disney card games as Westy? That's Lorcana. La Llorona is a legend, mythology, a woman. Bishman says, I miss the Suffering stream. Is there a VOD? I love that game. Also the idea of Condemned. I haven't played Condemned, but I'd be very open to it. The VOD will be up. It'll be up at some point. Probably be up on Sunday, actually. I'm putting a bit of time between streaming and VODing. I don't know why. It just is happening at the moment. But I do have my VODs on Twitch for a little bit. So you can also watch it back on Twitch if you missed it and want to watch it there. Obviously, if you watch on YouTube, it is better for me earning money. I earn a small amount from my VODs channel, from the ads that run on there. But I had the Twitches up as well at the moment for ease. Most of my stories are 7,000 to 10,000 words. Ah! I love the idea of writing a story. I feel like I'm much better at describing things and characterizing people. I feel like I need like a real deadpan, boring person, and then I just describe everything around them. Random pickup from Blockbuster, the game was something else. I'll have to give it a look. Why is Wesley saying hi, oh? Jelly says, me having nothing to share. In the coziest blanket, I simply sleep like a baby. I sleep like a little comfortable baby. There's nothing to see here. Ah, Wesley says you need a boring person to help with writing. No, a boring person to be. A boring person as the character. From Just All Drawn, I've got so many ideas for game plots, but never able to flesh them out properly. See, this is why I want to do like a short story. I feel like everybody has a book in them. I definitely believe that saying. There's a book in everyone. But I get so caught up in the minutiae of things. I've used that word a couple of times today. I get so caught up in the minutiae of things. If I tried to write long form, I think I would do my own head in because I just wouldn't be able to stop. Throbbing Uncle says, you should make a game. It's not that easy. It's not that. My dad made a board game. It's called Beat the Dragon, Get the Gold. And you have to beat the dragon and then get the gold. And it comes the song that goes, beat the dragon, beat the dragon, beat the dragon and get that gold. Beat the dragon, beat the dragon, beat the dragon, get the gold. Which, you know, he was going to release, but I think it's too expensive to release a board game, so we just made it out of paper. Throbbing Uncle says, I'm making a horror game at the moment. Would love for you to play it when it's done. Absolutely. Throbbing, of course. Love Death Away says, could you make it on Tabletop Simulator? Ooh, probably. I'm not going to because he hasn't got it out in years. He made it ages ago. But if he was interested in doing it again, I would help him on Tabletop Simulator. Santabar says, I basically go from insomnia to nightmare, night to night, with a rare interruption of other dreams. Ew! Is that what you mean? Other dream. You dream about Match of the Day? You dream about Match of the Day? Maybe one day I'll have an Alana Pierce arc and start writing for games when I'm more experienced. Love Death and Away says, who dreams of Match of the Day? Never mind. Xantavar White says, not necessarily. That makes me not believe you. Match of the Day should be in your dream journal. That is not going in the dream. The dream journal is for cinematic horror dreams only. No Match of the Day dreams are going in there. Boring Uncle with the crow face. Yeah. Oh man. Something to tell you that's slipping away. Oh, that was it. I've also, separately to all this, on a tangent, I have watched all of Aussie Shaw whilst doing bits and pieces around the house. And for old school reality TV lovers, it's okay. They like each other too much. They're actually all very good people who just love partying. And I don't even think it's that outrageous because everyone's just naked the whole time. But nobody's really asked about it. They're just like, hee hee. But it is very old. It's very old school Geordie Shore. So if you did like that, then it does scratch that ish a little bit. Ew, friendship and nudity, says Jelly. It's just very nice. They just seem like they actually seem like a really nice, caring bunch of people, which I like. It's nice, to be honest. It's nice that they're not all arguing with each other and being bad and evil. But yeah, it makes me feel old when I see a bunch of 20-year-olds having a great time. Or 23 to 27. But it's all of the women in it are like 23 and all the men are like 27. Westy, what are you atting Sam Lake? I saw Sam Lake's story earlier, actually had Matthew Mercer on. Oh god. The collabs. Bishman says I'm gonna be 41 tomorrow. Oh, old as hell. Old as hell. You are old as hell. Tomorrow. Right now, spring chicken, 40, absolutely fine. Over 40, 40 plus. Bad news. Throbbing Uncle says I got to that age where my younger brother, 22, says youngster lingo I don't understand. Like what? Like what? Zanzibar says thanks for that. I'm 45. Old as hell. Okay, Black and Ride says stairs at 40 in July. Spring chicken. Richie says, okay, take great offense to that. I'm 46 in December. Old as hell! Love, Death and Away says, oh, well, I feel young. 35. Spring chicken. Let's not do too many age reveals in the chat, though, just because I'm being silly and funny, but yeah. Don't give away your age in the chat because, or what, there's some reason you shouldn't do it. You know, don't get doxxed. Just if anybody's younger, I don't want anybody younger to post their age and then, you know, I don't want to cause any issues up. So we keep the age issue out of here. From Dust Till Drawn says, I'm lost in a building at work and being told to leave, so I'm going to disappear in a minute. Oh, well, have a lovely time away from work. The good stuff. Throbbing Uncle, what's the little symbol by your name? Raging Wolf Helm. Ooh, was this a Twitch drop? Elden Ring one. Looks cool. Elden Ring during the initial Shadow of the Erd Tree expansion launch. Sick. Yeah. Faber says, if someone wants my identity, then you can have it. Don't say that. That happened to me on the dating apps. People are pretending to be me and writing just really boring bios. Oh. AK Black and Red says it's alright. She's only concerned about the young ones getting doxxed. Us oldies are just here to be mocked. Exactly. You're old enough to know better. Old enough, wise enough, haggard enough, eh? Old. Like in SpongeBob, where it's like, bald. Love Death Away says, I've had 2 profiles of me come up. Holy crap, they can't spell. Oh, man. I've had two definitely that I know of. One was ages ago, one is recently. I think there's been more than that. I think there's been another one. They always like use a variant of my name. They're like, someone just called me Ash, which I didn't like. Because it's like, there's using my pictures and then there's pretending to be me. And both of them are bad. But it just felt more personal when they were called Ash. I was like, ooh. Zanzibar White says, thinning. Throbbing Uncle says, what do you think motivation behind that is? What would they get out of it? I don't know. It's catfishing, isn't it? So it depends if it's someone that they know. Maybe they're trying to get like information out of them or pictures out of them. Stuff they can blackmail people with and ask for money. Usually it's for money's sake. Sometimes it's people using other pictures so that they don't have to be themselves and they can kind of like wear this little mask and pretend to be someone else and get validation through that kind of way. You know. There's all sorts of reasons. Some more understandable than others, but none okay. Westy says, I've heard so many true crime stories too about setups to get mugged. Yeah, it's usually some sort of money thing. Ooh, Westy says the woman might actually be there, but there's a van of men with weapons waiting. Ooh. Ooh, that makes me feel uneasy. Ain't worth it. Ain't worth it. Get some cats instead. Happy alone, eh? Asexual stay winning, baby, says Jelly. Throbbing Uncle Netflix special be like Ash was on dating apps until she wasn't, and the picture turns negative. Dun, dun, dun. I know, I feel like they're stealing my matches, you know, since I am actually on dating apps or have used dating apps. When someone else is using my face, I'm like, come on. You're stealing my thunder here. Bishman got 3 of them, 2 Bengals and 1 tuxedo. Bengals are so noisy. Well, all the cats are cute, but Bengals are so noisy and sweet. They're super friendly, aren't they? Oh, I love it. Never heard of Java says, do you have a 9-to-5 job, Ash, or are you a full-time streamer and YouTuber? At the moment, I am just doing this, but like I do streaming, I do voice stuff, and basically hop on to any other projects that come up, any social media bits that I can help with. There's more that I am going to do. And I also am probably going to get a part-time job as well, because I think I need it mentally. I think I need to get out of the house a bit more, and doing this is really good and fun, and I have time for it, but I also have time to have another job. I think it would get my parents off my back as well. So I probably will get a part-time job at some point, but it wouldn't be a full-time 9-to-5 thing, and it probably would be very different to the stuff you've seen me do online before. It'd just be something to get me out the house, as the old women say, work checkouts, get me out the house. I also could do with, you know, just like being financially stable, and I think that would really help level the playing field of just being like, here's an income from this that I know is guaranteed, and then here's all this stuff. So yeah, exactly. Bit of a routine and a guaranteed flow of cash. There's a piece of me that was really like a bit scared or embarrassed, or feeling like, you know, I've gone from doing a 9-to-5 job full time at What Culture at PlayStation, where it really suited me. It was the work I loved doing. It was, you know, it was doing this full time, getting paid well, and having structure and stability and an office full of people that I like around me. And then going from that to doing this, and then potentially taking on a part-time job that is in a different industry, or in an industry that I thought I wouldn't have to work in again after coming out from doing part-time jobs when I was younger. I don't want it to look like, or I don't want it to feel like a failure or a step back. I think it's just like a bit of different life at the moment. I think I just need a bit of a hard reset. I might not end up doing it. I might be able to change some other stuff up that feels healthier for me, but right now that's kind of like, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I just know what it looked like. The optics of it kind of stressed me out, because it's not anybody's business or like opinion that should affect me. It's just, it's hard to pinpoint exactly. I think I'm scared of looking like I've taken a step back, or I've messed up my career or anything like that, because I don't feel like I have at all. I feel really much better, a lot freer, and I have a lot of room to flex a lot of muscles that I've needed to for a long time. And I'm comfortable, but I am not in a position where I'm long term comfortable. So I just need to change some things up. Yeah, let's take a step back to see the full picture in the frame. That's what it is. Like it's hard. I feel like I talk about my mental health a lot in a way that's sometimes helpful and sometimes self-indulgent. So I've tried not to do it too much in recent streams and that. But like, just to be open, there's times where I feel loads better and then I think everything's fixed. But it's just been an ongoing struggle of feeling like I have all the tools, I have all of the things available to me, I have the time, I have the interest, the passion, I have all of it, but I can't make anything stick. I feel like physically paralyzed and physically unable to act on stuff, and I'm just like racked with guilt and shame all the time. It's literally like being a Catholic. And it's been really the past year of trying to do stuff, knowing that I can do it, and then struggling to make it happen has been incredibly hard. And I feel like I'm in a position where I can be very excited about it and tell you all the stuff I'm going to do and have loads of ideas and be literally physically be able to put pen to paper, but not push it all the way through to follow through on it. It's very weird and complicated and just something I don't know what it is. I don't have an excuse for it. I don't have a reason for it. I don't have a diagnosis for it. I just I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy and I'm very scared of the big old world and the position that I'm in, which is very good, but I don't know. It feels like I don't want to feel like I've wasted the opportunities that I've got. Does that make sense? I don't even know if this makes sense. I think I'm just yapping for the sake of yapping. Catholic guilt art, says Jelly. Exactly. It's the Catholic guilt art arc. Cleo C. Brown says, what's for you won't go by you. Yeah, exactly. Oh, never heard of Java. Says you're still young, have plenty of time to do what you want to. This is the thing. I am doing what I want to. I'm in being in this position is what I want to. I just find it so hard. I've been full of like, the world is not short of ideas, men. The world is not short of ideas, men. Just to use the phrase. And I am an ideas man. I'm full of them. I've got loads of ideas. It's the follow through and the creation that separates people from ideas to like creators, and like it's just very weird. It's very weird not having the motivation and the it's not even motivation. It's like it's just not having the ability to, like, I know I can make stuff mentally, I know I can make stuff physically. I don't know what's stopping me. I just know it's been a very weird position, and I'm really working hard on undoing those, figuring out what that is and undoing it. Like I had the coaching in January, which I spoke to you guys about, and like that was kind of figuring out the roots of it all. And now I still need to put in some work to unpicking it all and figuring it out. It just feels like there's pressure from every angle, but the only pressure really is me on myself. Milady Swaggin says, coming out of alert to say I'm totally in the same place, and I get it. It sucks. It does suck. It's weird. It's just like, and I've spoke to people in this position before and not realised it when they've been talking to me and been like, just do it. I don't understand. Because I've been able to do that previously. I've been able to just go, I'm just going to fucking do it. Let's go. And yeah, it's like I've been bitten by an asp, a snake, some sort of venomous creature that has stilled my bones. It's like the paralysing choice of potential, isn't it? That's the thing that frightens me the most, is feeling potential. Feeling like the whole wide world is open and I could do anything. That terrifies me. That terrifies me so much. The potential of being able to do anything and still doing nothing. Potential frightens me more than anything. Leatherclad says, I understand putting pressure on yourself, but make sure to be mindful and appreciate where you are and what you've accomplished. See, I don't feel like I've done that much is also the thing. Not in a comparative way, just in a, I just think from what goes on internally to what comes out externally, it feels like nothing. It literally feels like a little chip of nothing. Westy says, what's the thing you do when you're scared, brother? Fucking bash it in the head. Do the most this is the thing, and it's also part of me quitting my job and going solo. You know, I was scared of the idea of being a solo creator, and I think mentally there's an avoidance there, because committing to it and trying means that I could fail, and that's a hard thing to work with. But not giving it my all. I can be like, oh well, I never really gave that 100%, so I didn't really fail at it because I didn't really do this, that, and the other. And I've heard it from other people. There's someone who used to say to me all the time, like, they got a 2-2 in their degree, which is absolutely fine. But they were like, oh yeah, but I was my grades were like a first 2-1, and if I'd have put in 100%, like if I'd have revised and done this, that, and the other, I definitely would have got that. And they said it every time that they spoke about it. And I remember just being like, well, but you didn't. But you didn't. So, and that's how it feels like now. But I'm not doing it. So, need to figure it out. And this is the thing. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything at all. And there is plenty of stuff that comes out. My God, sorry. I'm literally like just oversharing. But I don't know. I feel much better. I feel much better telling everyone everything there is to know about me and how my brain is working, because I'm also very scared of being misinterpreted or misunderstood. And I think there's a lot of people out there who do understand, and the more I talk about it, the more people get it. And you know, can relate maybe. I don't know. I don't see myself as some big beacon of mental health stuff. I see myself as a yappo who says probably more than she should and feels sorry for herself a lot. I just wish there was an answer for it. I wish there was like a solution. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Yeah, saying it out loud makes it real as well. You are right, Richie. Like saying it out loud means that I'm kind of facing up to it. It's just dumb. Just dumb. Eh? It will be solved and it will change. I think I would be a great manager. Where you could just tell someone what to do, just manage them into doing stuff. I don't know. I guess the point is of all of this, talking about getting a part-time job, is I think it would be healthy for me. I think it's going to give me some structure. I think it's going to make my time feel more valuable as a result. My free time will be more valuable. It'd be more applicable to be able to do this, that, and the other with. I think I need something that does that. And maybe it's not a part-time job. Maybe it's like a club or a gym membership or something, just something that eats up some of my day so that I can build a structure around it. I can plan myself into oblivion. You should see my spreadsheets. They're amazing. And I've got loads of ideas, but just it's like they all leave my head as soon as I put pen to paper. Love Death Away says I'm eyeing up some dog walking volunteering. I love that. I would love to go look after people's cats. Maybe that's the one. And somebody Aaron says, go back to PS Access and take Dave's job. This is the thing, moving on was the right choice for me. Absolutely. I think it was the right choice in general. I just think it was the right choice. I have no regrets about doing what I've done. And I don't want people to look at me and pity me, or feel like I should go back, or, you know, that I should be doing this, that, and the other. Like, I don't want that to be the case at all. And sometimes I worry that that's what it looks like, that it looks like I've messed up or made a wrong choice, or, you know, don't get enough done, or this, that, and the other. I think I'm so worried about what everyone else thinks that I'm not really thinking about myself, which is stupid as well. J. Francis T says a gym membership is such a good shout. My days revolve around it. I've never been very good at committing though. Gym is one thing that I've never been able to crack. I know lots of people swear by it though. I can see Megan saying I've done small workouts and it's really helped. Oh God. I know I should. And I know once I get into it, I'll be unstoppable, because I get once I'm doing something, I'm very one-minded about it. It ain't stopping. I think it's because everything feels like a project. Like there isn't like an end goal as well. It's hard to start something that I can't see the success of. Yeah, unstoppable because ripped as hell. Never heard of Java says what was wrong with PS Access, or was it just the hunger to go solo and be in charge of your own content? There's nothing wrong with PlayStation Access. I was just at a point where I needed to recover a bit from I needed to recover and recoup a bit, because I was just mentally exhausted and I was still very burnt out from what culture. And you know, working under a brand is a wonderful thing to do, and it's very, everything you do is always towards empowering that brand. And I just felt like it was time for me to do that for myself. You know, everything that I wanted to make and put out there, I felt like I just wanted to invest back into me, because when I've been working at What Culture, when I've been working at PlayStation Access, I very much lived for the job. I identified myself as the job. Like, there was no real separation between the two. And I thought it would be healthier for me and more realistic for me to be able to apply that to just being me and doing the stuff that I like. If I'm going to be obsessed with work and doing it all the time, I might as well make it my world. You know what I mean? My brand, for lack of a better word. Thank you for the kind words, though. I'm not looking for everyone to be like, oh, you know what I mean, or anyone to say anything in particular. It's just I'm physically incapable of not speaking my mind, I think. Yeah, I am very bad at seeing things as like doing something. Like, streaming is still doing stuff. You're not being stagnant. I think it's because, like, I don't know. I definitely define myself by how much I put out there, and then I feel really awful when I'm not putting loads out. Capitalism, baby, capitalism. Right, let's talk about something else, and then I'm going to hop off. But let's change the subject up to something a bit. Get that bread. Says never heard of Java. This is the thing. I'm like, I was well paid. I am less well paid now. The reality of it is that the money side of thing, I think, and living with my parents as well, like, I need to be at a point where I can live my life like a functioning member of society as well, alongside doing all of this, and the money part is part of that. So I've got to do something that you know, whether that's creating different stuff for Patreon and having that as a bigger chunk of income, whether that's doing YouTube a little bit more and getting money from there. Both those things would be things that I want to do. It wouldn't just be trying to monetize them. I do a lot of free work as well. I do a lot of free work and stuff that isn't paid very well, because I just love the genre and the industry. Do a lot of free stuff, which is fine, but I also need to find ways to supplement that kind of lifestyle. A lot of creators or content creators, like social media people, work another job as well. It's very much a luxury to be able to just do it as your main thing and be paid really well for it. And it should be brands that are paying you more so than me being like, oh, subscribe, do this, that, the other. It should be sponsored stuff that is where I earn my bag. So if you do see sponsored stuff, interacting with that is always really, really helpful, and is more where the payment should come from, if that makes sense. Bishman says you can go live on YouTube and Twitch, can't you? I think so. Yeah. I want to make essays again. I want to write essays again. And I have points, I have viewpoints. I've mentioned it on here loads of times. I've got ideas. I'm full of what I should do. And I think what I want to do is maybe, I don't know what I want to do. As in, I don't really know what I like anymore. I know what I like. I don't, but the feeling the joy for it is a little different. And that's just depression as well. That is just depression. Feeling joy for doing things and motivation for doing things. Like, your girl's depressed. That's just the realistic part of it too. Like, not to pussyfoot around it. The feeling the joy for stuff becomes hard sometimes. Knowing that I like horror films, knowing that I like this, that, and the other. Sometimes you become just chasing dopamine of just like, what's the easiest thing? Oh, I'm just going to do a crossword for 3 hours because at least I'll be able to see something I've done at the end of it. But yeah. Jelly says I haven't felt real joy in years. Oh. That's sad, says never heard of Java. It's not sad, it's just something that it comes and goes in waves, and I think I'm in a bit of a wave of just, I just want to find something I'm really fucking excited about again that makes me feel really like, ah, and I think I will get that once I'm really in the flow of work, but it's a catch-22. Being depressed isn't sad. Not necessarily. It's not. It doesn't feel like just being miserable all the time. It's sometimes it's just not really feeling, if that makes sense. Oh, it's just yeah. Murdoch, thank you for the sub for Matthew Neox. Kind of being there. Yeah, Jelly, that's it. It's just kind of just floating around. Joe Francis T says, have you always had such great comedic timing and being so funny? Being so funny, I find you so naturally hilarious. It's no, I would say no. I think I've always been a goofy little lady, but I was also very shy and self-conscious growing up. Which you probably wouldn't guess if you met me when I was a teenager. You wouldn't guess it now, but yeah, I think my inhibitions have left more, so I'm louder about it now. Richie says nice holidays is the thing that keeps me sticking to my job. I think I need to see the sea, honestly. I feel like a withering Victorian woman. Like, I actually do need to see the sea and collect some shells. Like, I remember during the time I was feeling at my absolute dirt worst, I was having some sort of breakdown. Like, I was not well. Felt very bad. I went with some friends to see someone in Edinburgh, and they were like, right, we're going to jump in the sea, we're going to do a sea swim. And I don't look like the sort of person who loves swims, I know, but I love a swim. I love an ocean swim. And I just remember that was the time that I, like, after feeling just either sad or guilty or shame or shit for months, I jumped in that sea. It was freezing cold, and then like it was just like joy like I'd never felt before. I cried from just how happy I was to be in the sea. And I feel like that about the ocean. Oh my god, I love the ocean so much. I'm getting emotional thinking about it because it was just like, if you see me at the sea, I'm feeling my best self. Or like, you know, they prescribed it to the old in the olden days for a reason. I think I need to go and see the sea. And I have my parents are going on a little seaside trip, and I'm tagging along later in the year. So there's one coming up, but maybe I need to go before then. Just wash myself with salt water. Western Supermare, bloody hell. Yeah, getting in the sea there is impossible. You've said it, it's an estuary. Come to Wales. I love Wales. I did the wild swimming. That's what it is. I like wild swimming. Applying that to the beach as well. But we did a walk that was like 3 different wild swimming dips, and that was also unbelievable joy. Just jumping in a disused quarry, and there was one that was like it was a bit of a man-made dam, but it was like nature's hot tub. There was an old quarry, and there was just like this gorgeous massive lake, and I just love being in water. I love it. Do you guys get that? Do you feel like that about the sea? I think it's because Wolverhampton's one of the most landlocked places in the country. Like, it fully is one of the most landlocked places in the country. There's, I think, somewhere half an hour away is like somewhere the Midlands itself is the furthest you can get from any beach. It takes like 3 hours to get to the seaside. And so obviously every time we went, it was a special day or it was a holiday, or, you know, took ages, and we'd get there, and all of my best memories are like Devon. We used to go to Devon every year. That was our holiday. We go to Devon, we go to Bigbury-on-Sea, and jumping in the sea was like my favourite thing. And I think it's just like that. It's just that childhood joy of being to the sea and it being this magical healing place has never left me. Oh no, Leathercat has a phobia of being on the beach. It gives me panic attacks. I don't like sand that much. I don't like being wet and then getting sand on. Like, that is very sensory nightmare. I'm so sorry about having a phobia of the beach, though. There must be something else that gives you the joy. Surely, hopefully. You know what? I always thought Blackpool was where Sheffield is. And obviously it's got a pier and I know it's by the sea. Like, I know it is logically, I know it's by the sea, but I always thought it's where Sheffield is. J. Francis T must have loved being in Australia. Yes, I lived an hour from Coogee Beach in Sydney, and I went there regularly. And going down the coast, traveling the coast in Australia, it's just healing, honestly. Like, it was just, I was thinking about standing on a rock in the sun with the sea lapping and hearing it and smelling the salt. I just love it. I just love it. My God, I'm feeling peace just thinking about it. I fucking love the beach. Or the sea, I should say. I love seeing the sea. Even when it's scary and grey and like fully crashing over all of the rocks and everything. Like, I love the sea so much. Luton says, I don't like the sea at all. So at that time I got super sunburn on the beach. I'm traumatised. Oh no. Let's just do that. Give that a stroke. Central Park Gamer says, I live in a beach town. I've maybe gone to the beach 2 times in the past 4 years. I work 2 jobs, so I lack time for everything. The people who live by the sea don't appreciate the sea because it's there. It's never going to go anywhere, is it? It's just always with you. So I understand that. I just genuinely think it's the landlocked thing. It's the 3 hours travel thing that's like made it such a legendary place. I got sent home by my boss because my sunburn was that bad. You must have really cooked yourself. The park. Yeah, see, I think how I feel about the sea is what a lot of people feel about hiking and mountains. Big fan of the park, says Westy. Like, big field, open expanse. I think people have the same response to being in a forest or the woods or in nature. You know, when they say go like touch grass, go and do this, that, the other, and like walking through a forest or going on a hike, people love that. People love that. And like, I'm fine with it, but seeing water is the real joy of that for me. I do like big trees though. I like seeing bugs. I like seeing little creatures that live in the forest. Check your watch. Thank you so much. That's so lovely of you. We've got Bear Mountain X, Gibby is a Coward, Fragman 1, Tom Dingo, and Yosarian. Thank you so much for gifting some subs. Thank you for expanding our community. Did I do the Beacon Beacons, the Beacon Breckons and Waterfalls? I don't think I did, you know. We went, it was near Snowdonia, went down the top of Snowdonia. Not the actual mountain, but like a place near it. It was Beth Gelert, that was it, Beth Gelert. We went from Beth Gelert and then it was in the Snowdonia area. Millicent Thomas, hello! No, hey, bestie, nice skeleton. Thank you, I grew it myself. And this one. How are you? How are you doing, Mill? Literally just yapping about the sea. Yapping about depression and the sea. Like again, sickly Victorian woman being sent to sun herself. I'm good, you'd be glowing, by the way. Oh, thanks. It's literally because this sun lamp is blasting my face. I sent you a very exciting email today. Excited for you to see. I know what it is. I saw it and I went, ah! Like literally, I haven't responded because I wanted to be able to compose myself properly to write like an actual official email back, but I'm really gassed. The answer's obviously yes, but I was just like, I didn't want to be like, but thank you so much. I can't say. I can't say. For later. Let's see what Millicent allows. Not to confuse chat, but Rosie and Rob are going too! Yay! Oh my god. Say later. Okay. Alright. We under in incognito here. But that's gonna be a nice little reunion as well. That's lovely. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Thank you so much. Honestly, thank you so much. That's lovely. And you guys are going to love it. You guys are going to love it too. You're going to love the content. Rosie and Rob from PS Access. The very same Java. Okay, Black and Red said, did I miss something? Millicent's dangling little exciting crunchies before us. If you're confused, then no. Mr. Thomas says, sorry, I did fully confuse everyone, but I low-key love it. I like it. Come in here, be a diva. I like it. Drop some hints at potential things happening. I was saying earlier that I literally said earlier, I was like, I've got some exciting stuff coming up, blah, 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 and like, I was like, but you'll see. And now you've come in and done it as well. It's literally doubling down. Love Death Away says, this could be bait. It could be. You'll have to wait and see. I come in, I make an impression, I disappear. You're gonna be an icon. I should VIP you, actually. You can get VIP'd. Hold on. How do I fucking do it? VIP? Millicent Thomas. Oh, what? Hold on. VIP. Millicent Thomas. Oh, I can't VIP you! I don't know why. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sorry. You got a shout out, though. You got a shout out. Why can't I don't know why that's not working. Is it because I was using square brackets? There we go. It was the square brackets. I'll show you in the back end. Thanks, Kirby. Ew. I'll show you in the back end. Disgusting. There we go. You got a little diamond now. Mill. She be shining. Kirby says, last time I try and help. Untrue. I know you'll be back. I know you'll be back teaching me the way of the tech. Oh, it looks cute with the colour of your name as well. She's pink and green. Hee hee hee. Honestly, I think that's probably a good point for us to finish up, actually. We've had the deep and meaningful. We've gone through my dreams, we've gone through my nightmares. We have had a deep and meaningful discussion about my feeling. It's been very me oriented, actually, in my stream. But yeah, we've done deep feelings, we've done dreams, we've done a little bit of baiting of exciting stuff coming up. It's been, I feel like I've ironed all the creases out of my brain. Westy says, I enjoyed unpacking your brain. Yeah, it's literally like someone steamed all of the little creases out of it. But yeah, since we've moved around and that's a fun place to finish off. So I need to email Millicent back now. So that's what I'm going to go and do. Bit of casual ageism as well, says Richie. I'm sorry that stuck with you. I'm sorry. Because I don't believe it. You're only as old as you feel. You're only as old as you feel. But thank you so much for hanging out, guys. Millicent, have a lovely weekend. You lot, thank you for my diamond. You've earned it. Iconic behaviour. So enjoy. When you come back, you can flash it. But yeah, thank you everybody for being really lovely, for chatting with me, chatting me through stuff as well. It's been really nice to it always feels like a really safe space to kind of just talk about everything and yap and be myself, which I've said before, but I really like it. So I'm saying it again. It's really nice. Thank you. Love you all. Thank you for making this space so special. And I appreciate you all massively if I don't say it enough. I'm just gonna end the stream. I'm just gonna head off. So we won't do a raid. We're just gonna finish up because I need to leave an impression. But thank you all again, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Let me double check. I don't think there's anything crazy next week. I'm away on Wednesday next week, so Tuesday, I think all of the normal stuff's fine. Yeah, all the normal days are fine. Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday are all locked in. So I'll see you on Tuesday at 6. Have a lovely weekend, everybody. I'll tell you about my exciting adventures eating takeaway and lying on a different sofa for a weekend. Bye!